Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. Welcome if this is your first visit. We will be doing a pick a card reading this week for January 31st through February 6th. So I feel like we just kind of skated through January, which is fine. Given the recent events, I think skating through an entire month is absolutely fine. And kind of getting into that changing, shifting energy a little bit. So last week I did mention that we had our first full moon of 2021. We also launched right into our first Mercury retrograde of 2021. So a lot of time for kind of slowing down and contemplating things. We are still in that energy at the beginning of this week and the retrograde for quite a while. I'm not sure what the exact ending date is, but you do have that kind of shadow period afterwards. So that's going to carry us through the first part of 2021. So this week I thought we would do a pick a card reading on what do your angels have, what messages do your angels have for you. So I do have, there will be 3 groups, and these cards will be the objects we're using this week. If you want to start focusing on those, we will call this one 1, 2, and 3, and I'll show you those a little more closely momentarily. So these cards are from a deck called the Mystic Angels Empowerment deck. This poor deck is kind of an indie deck. It doesn't have a guidebook or anything. I absolutely love to work with it, but I have used it for many years, as you can tell by its little crushed box here. But that is the deck we'll be using for our pick a card cards this week. And then we will also use that as guidance for each of the groups. And then we will also do a card for each group from this Guardian Angel deck, which is a tarot deck. I don't use tarot that much in the readings here on YouTube, but I do enjoy it. This one kind of reads a little more like an oracle deck, but will also kind of go over what the traditional tarot association would be. And then this angel prayers deck. So all angels all the time this week, just saying what the angels have in store for us and what their messages are for each of the groups. So just going to show you the graphic on each card so you can kind of tune into the energy and base which one you want to listen to. I will put timestamps below. You can base it on the graphics. So just kind of tune into each one, see which one feels best to you. That'll be group 1. This will be group 2, and as always, if you like all 3 of them, please do listen to all 3 of them. And if you tune into this reading or stumble across it outside the time frame of January 31st to February 6th, 2021, the guidance is timeless. So that'll be our group 2. And this one will be our group 3. So if you need to, just take a second and tune into the energies of those cards. But if you like 2 or 3 of them, listen to 2 of them, or listen to all 3 of them. You can mix and match, always. So let's go ahead and start with this one, group 1. So those of you who chose this card, the angel you can work with this week, or permanently if it calls to you. Some of us have an angelic guide that we work with throughout our whole life. So this is Archangel Cassiel. The contemplative word is wealth. And the symbolism is Aquarius and the water carrier. And I do not, I know I mention this as kind of a disclaimer all the time. I am not an astrologist. I follow the moons. I know my sun, moon, and rising signs, and I sometimes will watch readings about astrology because I find it fascinating. But I think it's one of those things you're either drawn to and really able to grasp, or you're not. And I always turn to other readers for a good grasp of that knowledge. It is just not something that my brain can comprehend. There are so many houses and so many different ways they can conjunct each other, and it's just something that I can't really get a handle on. But it is absolutely fascinating, and I believe that we just moved into Aquarian times. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I am wrong about that, but I think this is interesting because I think we're moving or just moved into Aquarian times. So the symbolism of this card and of Archangel Cassiel is Aquarius, the water carrier. And it says, wealth is measured by the one who receives plenty. The Archangel Cassiel brings to you a message of beauteous bounty, whether it is a plenitude of health, happiness, contentment, love, money, or adventure you seek. This Aquarian angel will help you to claim it. By asking her to lead you to this place of plenitude, you must be open to the way in which the universe will respond in kind. Your preconceived notions and predetermined outcomes need not come along for this ride. It's time to let go of the steering wheel and go along for an abundant ride with joy. And there is a mantra you can use when working with this angel, and it is, abundance is having a sufficiency for every moment of my life. Abundance is having a sufficiency for every moment of my life. And I really like this energy. We talk about this a lot in other readings here on YouTube, and it's about kind of dialing in what you want and always focusing your intentions in a positive manner on what you do want, never eliminating what you don't want, only focusing on what it is that you do want to bring more of into your life, but also not dialing so tightly that you don't leave room for the universe to bring you something better. So that's the energy for group 1 this week, is be open to the way the universe may respond to what you're seeking. So that is your angel energy for this week, is Archangel Cassiel. And then we will go over your Guardian Angel Tarot card, which is, oh, interesting. It's a new beginning. So it says you're at the beginning of a wonderful journey. There's no need to have any fear, as guardian angels walk beside you every step of the way. You have unique gifts to offer the world if you will just free yourself from that which holds you back. New opportunities will present themselves if you truly believe. So that same exact energy about not holding the reins too tight, not trying to steer things in a specific direction, and not dialing in too tightly. You want to be open enough to allow the universe to provide you some guidance and provide you with ideas that might be better than the ones you've come up with so far, or bring you things that are of greater abundance than what you are able to comprehend. So being open is the message I'm getting for you, group 1. Really focusing on what you want, but being open to how it comes to you and exactly what form it comes to you in. So the new beginning card would be the equivalent of the Fool card in a traditional tarot deck. It's the 0 card in this deck. So this is all about a fresh start, a new path. Creating a new way and being open to the way in which the universe can deliver that to you. So that is great energy for you this week, group 1. And then your last card from the Angel Prayers deck. Oh, very interesting. I love this. It's spiritual abundance. So you are all about abundance this week and bringing in the energy that you do want, group 1. Spiritual abundance says, thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. And you can see her hands are kind of overflowing and spilling over with coins. But so many of us equate abundance with financial abundance, which is necessary right now. And, many people have gone through a lot of upheaval financially over the past year or so. So it may be financial abundance you're seeking. And this is saying, be open to however it comes to you, whether it's a new job or a side gig that you didn't expect or weren't seeking, something that turns a hobby into something more profitable, or money from a totally different source. But this is also about spiritual abundance and being open to maybe new ideas, new friendships, new relationships, anything that brings more abundance into your life in whatever way you've been seeking it. Be really open to that this week. And again, whatever form it comes in, and being open to things that maybe you haven't considered in the past. So a very kind of a fresh start, a new path, and lots of abundance for you this week, group 1. So then let's see what we have for group 2. And the angel you can work with, that was this one. It is Archangel Asariel, and the contemplative word for Asariel is reflect, and the symbolism says Capricorn and the mansions of the moon. So this I mentioned in group 1. I am not an astrologer by any means, but Aquarius came up for group 1. And not all of these cards have any sort of astrological connection or symbolism, so it's interesting. Aquarius came up for group 1, and I feel like we just moved in, and I would have to look at this more closely to know if I'm correct or not. Please do post something below if I am incorrect on this. I feel like we just moved into Aquarian times, and I feel like we just left Capricorn. So all of you astrology buffs, please comment below and let me know if that is correct. I do not want to spread misinformation, but for some reason I feel like the times we're moving into just came up for group 1, and the times we're moving out of are here for group 2. So symbolism is Capricorn and the mansions of the moon, and it says every step along the journey of life gathers to us the experiences, people, places, and things that help to create our own unique story. This story becomes like a room filled with treasures within the mansions of the moon. Treasure in the eye of the beholder is glorious indeed. Since the dawn of time, you have been a priceless treasure in the eye of the one who beholds you. Share your story. And the mantra you can use to work with Archangel Asariel is, every moment of my life has made me the beautiful light that I have become. Every moment of my life has made me the beautiful light that I have become. And so this is interesting to me, and I don't usually cross-reference the groups once I get into one, because I know some of you just listen to the individual groups. But I find this interesting. If we're moving, if I am correct, and we are in fact moving into Aquarian times, that group 1 focused on creating what we want for the future. And we are leaving Capricorn times, and group 2 focuses on how our past experiences have created who we are today. Every moment of my life has made me the beautiful light I have become. So reflection being your sort of energy you're in for this week, group 2. And then let's see what you have from the Guardian Angel Tarot. Oh, very interesting. I'm using that word a lot this week. It's review and contemplation, which is the 20 card in this deck, which would correspond to, in a traditional tarot deck, that would be the Judgment card. And it says you've accomplished a great deal in your life and you have much to be proud of. Now it's a time to decide what's next. As you contemplate the past and the present, you'll get clear on your divine life purpose. Don't be distracted by conventional thinking. Be the real you. So again, cross-referencing group 1, but this is about kind of dialing into what you want, but being open to how it comes to you, or that something better might be available for you that you can't see right now. So this is super interesting, group 2. You have reflect and the energy of your past creating who you currently are, but still being able to expand and rewrite your story to create your own future. And that's what this says. It's about clarity, and it's about a wake-up call so that you can create how you want to move forward. So reflection, review, and contemplation so far for you, group 2. And then your last card, which is from the Angel Prayers deck, is interesting. I apologize for my overuse of the word interesting this week, and I still have one group to go. It's spiritual support, and it says, Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. So really knowing, again, very similar to the guidance that came out in group 1, but focusing on what has led you to this point, whereas their guidance focused on what is bringing you out of this point. So very interesting. And this just a reminder that if you are reflecting, reviewing, and contemplating things this week, know that you have divine guidance, know that you are spiritually connected, and you do have spiritual support. And look at all that sort of angelic energy around there. That's interesting that we're doing 3 angel cards, and there's 3 angels depicted in this card. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware, and that's what's going to move you forward. So that is your energy this week, group 2, and let's move on to group 3. So group 3, those of you who resonated most strongly with this card, this is the Angel Phoenix. Contemplative word is renewal, and the symbol is the key of life. And it says, every sunset heralds a glorious sunrise, and each of our days is a gift from the universe. The Angel Phoenix helps you celebrate your spiritual growth and invites you to look ahead to the beauty that awaits your embrace. And the mantra you can use for working with the Angel Phoenix is, every moment of my life is an opportunity to begin again. So already I can kind of tell that these 3 readings this week were very intertwined and very connected, and almost like one builds on the other. So if you are not usually one of those people that listens to all 3 groups, you might want to this week. As I said in the previous group, I don't usually cross-reference other groups because I know some of you prefer just to listen to the one you were guided to, but there's a lot of overlap in these groups this week as far as what the past brought us to and how we're moving forward. And then you, the final group, has this sort of renewal energy where we can create how we want to move forward, and we can create who we are in the future and the story we tell to others and tell to ourselves. So there is your angel phoenix. It's got that kind of rising from the ashes energy. So we have what brought us to this point, getting clear on who we are and what we want in this point, and then this rising from the ashes energy for group 3. And the angel tarot, I will try not to use the word interesting regardless of what card comes out. Your guidance from the Guardian Angel Tarot deck is letting go, which is the number 13 card, which would equate to the death card in a traditional tarot deck, which does not mean death at all, but it means rebirth. It means big change. It means movement forward. And it says releasing the past can seem like a challenge, but it can also be liberating. Your angels will help you let go so that you can fly higher than ever before. Endings always herald new beginnings. Choose to allow this situation to lead you to a more joyful life. Change your life by changing your thoughts. And I'm sure we've all heard this saying, thoughts become things. It really is true. And it is especially true right now when we're kind of getting into this faster, higher vibration energy, and the collective is kind of purging, and we are going into this energy of renewal. Really watch your thoughts. Thoughts do become things. Thoughts are energy, and they do create our reality. So this week for you, group 3, is about renewal, creating what you want in the future, and letting go of that past so that you can rewrite your story how you do want to be perceived and how you do want to perceive yourself. So renewal and letting go so far, and then the last card for this final group from the Angel Prayers deck is Don't Hate, Meditate. And it says, thank you, angels, for guiding me to love through meditation. So this is very interesting because another way we can change our thoughts and thoughts become things is through meditation. So if you have a practice and you've let it lapse, if you have a practice in theory but not in reality, maybe this is the time to really practice what you preach, or walk the walk, and really do that meditation. If you're one of those people that says, I can't meditate, I just can't do it, guided meditations are great. 10 or 15 minutes. You don't have to be sitting cross-legged on the floor in complete silence, worrying that you're going to get interrupted by a pet or a child or anything. I would suggest making your environment as calm and free of distractions as possible, and just setting aside 10 or 15 minutes to do it. Turn your phone off if possible. If you're using it to do a guided meditation, just turn the ringer off so that you're not getting text notifications and that sort of thing. Do the best you can. That's all we're asking of you right now, is do the best you can. But this is really a strong reminder that if you have let your meditation, your connection to spirit lapse, this is the time to get back into it, because that's going to help you with letting go. That's going to help you dial in the energy you want to move into. That's going to help get you through that phoenix phase where you are sort of purging everything and rising from the ashes. So a really strong message to get into a regular meditative practice. Guided meditation, 10-15 minutes a day, if that's all you have time for, is fantastic and perfect. So don't hate, meditate. The other thing it will do is help kind of even out your moods if you are feeling a little sensitive or a little exposed and just a little raw lately. That does kind of smooth the edges on everything. So the don't hate, meditate really is kind of a literal message there. It will take down our level of hate for some things that might otherwise trigger us to get a little angsty. So that's a reminder, but also getting us through that phoenix energy so that we can be reborn as who we want to be. So that is your reading for group 3 this week. I hope you all enjoy the readings. Again, if you're not one of those people that usually listens to all 3, I do feel like they are especially intertwined this week. So if you have time, check out the other groups, and I will see you all next week.